you see? Let's see. Two guys. Hello. Let's chill for a bit and see if we get more. Like two numbers. So 10 plus. That would be nice, right? Let's tell Instagram we're live. 1 second. Okay, live on Instagram. Hi Instagram. Live on YouTube right now. We're 2 people now. I need more. So please head on over to YouTube. The link is in the description. And I'll talk about anything you want. Ask me in the chat. Okay, live on Instagram. Yeah. Hi Instagram. 5 people. Awesome. Okay, guys. 7 people. 8. Wow. I'm famous. Hey, buddy. What's up, Luke? Okay. I guess we're probably, I'm guessing this would peak at, oh, hello. Good to see so many people here, familiar faces. All right. So I guess I will be happy if we even manage to get to 20. But okay, so this is just a random stream because I'm feeling great. Life is flowing and I've been with people all week. What's up, Christopher and Ryan? What's up? Yeah, I've been with people all week, and yeah, I don't want to be. I'm too bored to just be by myself here. So I figured, why not go live and talk to you guys? So I can tell you, I've been to Gotland. It's the biggest island in Sweden, where I used to spend summers growing up, and so it's been fun. We used to go several families that know each other and be there, so the grown-ups hang out. And the kids hang out. And so as the kids get older, people start to do different things. Not everyone is there, but it was kind of a reunion thing. Sup bro? Oscar. Visst är det Oscar som brukar prata med mig på Instagram? Tja. So today, everyone was back, basically. It was kind of a reunion. So it's been a lot of fun. Nice weather, been out in the sun a lot. We had a golf tournament that I played my 3rd golf round in 3 years. I played one on Monday before this tournament, and then on Wednesday played again. And then it was 3 years since the last time I played. And I won this tournament. Like, the training has paid off so much. You don't expect it, right? But I could hit the drive so far. And not only that, I was more consistent with it. Like, I've never played this great. I've barely played in years. So that was pretty cool. They had a little old school gym. So I went there, did my workouts. I slept in a basement, like, wall to wall with a sauna. And if you follow me closely, you know that I love the sauna. And so it's been great connecting with, grown-ups that used to be grown-ups to me, that, you know them, but not really, because you don't have any life experience yet and stuff. And it's been so cool just talking to everyone that they have seen from afar, the transformation I've done, going from this little party, drinking, skinny fat guy to let the games begin guy, and so that's what I've been up to. But you have to please say something in the chat. Like, I can't just go on talking about this. I need something to talk about. I'm just very outgoing, very extroverted right now. So what should I talk about? Well, I'll just start. As you may know, I'm very strict with my routine, very strict with my meals, very strict with my training regimen and stuff. And so going away like that, I don't have full control over the whole thing. I can't control it as usual, but it was very nice to just let it go. And, I've been eating clean, no junk, and not much alcohol. Like my uncle gave me a whiskey as a reward for me finding a prank call that he's been looking for. Nice, huh? So I had a little bit of that and a little bit of champagne. So basically, not much. Did I eat ice cream? No, I did not. What's your view on hot and cold therapy for recovery, Katerina? Yes, it is. Both of them can be anti-inflammatory, right? And also, it just feels better. It can be just like what is the word? Like ailment. Just make it feel better, but it will These are not the main things, though. These are like icing on the cake. It's always more about sleep and nutrition and managing stress levels, being more in the parasympathetic state and then in a sympathetic state. So I would say, yes, those are very good things for other reasons than recovery, but they can help a little bit with that. But it's, as always, it's the basics. That's the big thing: the nutrition, the sleep, managing stress, really. When I eat junk food, what's my favorite? None. I don't eat junk food. Like this. I would never eat something that I feel is like very, very processed, right? And so I prefer. Yeah. By the way, someone like. Can you please like, guys? Like the stream. Like it. I prefer it when someone bakes me a cake. Like this Katerina woman here, for instance. She looks like she could bake me a nice cake. And so, because then I know where all the ingredients come from, maybe, oh, it's sugar, it's a lot of sugar and stuff, but at least, oh, thanks for the likes, guys. But it's more clean, it's more natural in that way. So no real, I guess you could call like a nice cake junk food, but it's more like, a treat, sweet food. It's still nice stuff there, What more? Body weight. My body weight, to be honest, I'm not sure right now. Probably somewhere between 80 and 82 kilos. I think I'm one of the few people that go on vacation and probably lost weight because I just move around so much. I keep training and I can't get in all the food that I need because I don't have as much control. But I would guess between 80 and 82. Thanks, Flying Brian. I will keep up the good work. And you guys, can you help me make this channel bigger? I ask you all the time. I do this for you. I don't make. I get a few. I don't know, tens of bucks from ads from this. And it's not that I want to get rich, but I'm just telling you, I want a bigger audience. Help me. What are you doing to help me? Tell me in the chat, please. Yeah. What more? Did I miss any question? Oh, respect from Canada to the Alpha. Thanks, you, Joe Mad. I like you found me through Jesse Peterson, right? Awesome. Amazing. Okay. Please ask me something. I mean, come on. I can just make up stuff as I go. Well, I guess I have to. It's interesting meeting all these old family friends and stuff. It's so nice. Like to see, it's not to brag about myself now, but just me living the way I am, not pushing it on anyone and being like, it's like people get so affected. Like we start talking about training and nutrition and getting your life together without me even, it's not me that, you should train. Hey guy, you should train. Everyone wants to talk to me about these things. And I love it. I love it so much. You see, this is how you actually affect people. It's not by, pushing them and telling this is the way that I must do this. You must do this. You just show them. Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's just been awesome. It's been awesome. And I think I'll end up getting a few clients, people I know from this. Okay. What up, Brett? What do you think is the most important step to self-sufficiency? Wow. It's a big one. Well, I guess in the end, everything is about, you have to love yourself and trust yourself, right? Because maybe you can do a lot of stuff on your own, but if you do it because you think you should, or I need to do this and self-sufficient, maybe you can get a lot of things done. But if you truly love yourself and embrace that, it's everything will come around on its own. Like I feel self-sufficient in a way that I don't need approval from anyone else. I don't need validation from other people. Like I appreciate it. I appreciate all calling me alpha and all respect, bro. I love it, but I don't need it. You see, it's like a bonus for me. So I think when you can give yourself love, validation from within, then you're self-sufficient in that way. Yeah, everything will come around on its own. What would I tell a teenage boy to convince him to be and stay celibate? A good question. Again, it's not so much about telling. I think, this boy would see me, how I live my life, my body, how I am right now, confident, relaxed. I used to be super scared of doing things like this, like a live stream, and just seeing the way I am, And this is how I do in real life. You know, people get so surprised when I tell them I'm in a celibate, but you know, they kind of respect it, and it makes them think, right? So it's always lead by example, just showing them. And if I have to talk about it, you know, I have my video about why I am in a celibacy that I put out recently. So of course I could refer to that and just tell the facts or like the arguments for it. But it's really just showing, like, look, I'm doing this freaking well. Oh, that guy is doing that well, and he, for some reason, chooses to stay celibate. What could be the reason for that? You know, if someone has around 25 pounds to lose, what would you recommend they do? Again, I don't, not to put you down, but I don't like these questions, like, because you can do it so many different ways, right? Like, how fast do you want to do it? How disciplined are you with this? What would be sustainable for you? Like 25 pounds, I guess I would start. We're talking about the fastest way then. 48 to 72 hour fast to start with. Like the first 15 pounds, you'll easily lose in like 2 weeks or something. That way, if you do it right with good refeeds and stuff, then maybe you want to do something less aggressive. For it depends again, how much do you want to train? What do you want to do? How fast? Everything. So I would start. It's always the fastest way with a 48 to 72 hour fast, because that's during that time is when you burn. Your metabolism is still high. Your body will try to slow down and preserve energy after a while. So that's always the fastest way. If you want to do more training, then maybe switch over to OMAD or something. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yes, please. Yeah, do what Jody says and share the stream and videos on their social media. You see, someone gets it. Fasting schedule for someone working in construction. Have 9 to 10 hour shifts. Like it's again, I want to know more. You know, I want to know more. Like, at what time of the day? When do you work out? Do you work out? Is it for weight loss? Is it because I would probably you know, as long as you eat enough when you eat, it's no problem working in construction. If you eat daily in an intermittent fasting window, it doesn't matter. You know, we are not like, it's just like your car. You don't have, every time you use it, you don't have to refill it right away before using it again, right? So as long as you eat good, I would probably fast through the work. It depends on what time of the day and what your life overall looks like. Greetings, Seppo. Good to see you. What more? Christopher has said something. Are you eating carbs? Yes, I love carbs for a guy like me who does high performance stuff. And by the way, I think everyone should eat carbs. I'm not really pro keto. If you follow carnivore Aurelius, I have a kind of a similar view as him on it. That yeah, everyone should eat carbs. Like, most people should probably eat fewer carbs, to be honest. But you know, I'm not against carbs in any way. Then for a guy like me who works out a lot, yes, I actually eat high carbs too. Both fuel performance, but also carbs are anabolic. They will ramp up mTOR, you know, growth pathways in the body. So yeah, very much pro carbs. I usually only eat low carb, like right before a fast. So I go faster into ketosis then. You told me once that you put yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow as a person. I try to think of that, but when I do, I get so nervous and feel sick. Hard to push when you feel like puking. Yeah, I understand, man. Any tip? Well, you're not gonna like it, but you have to experience that. You have to go through that. There are many things like this. Like, one thing that I had to experience recently in relationships is expressing, you know, I've come very far. I'm not, I can do whatever. I can go out and sing for the people out here outside my house if I don't care, you know. But there are always situations where you aren't entirely comfortable, right? So I had to experience recently in a relationship situation that I realized that it's hard for me to be vulnerable to when I not feel secure. When I feel insecure, it's hard for me to not pretend like I'm not, right? And so, you know, every fiber in my body tries to hide it. I don't want to show that I can be this way, you know. I feel sick. I want to puke like you, right? But as I've done that, it's actually, so being weak like that my ego views it, is actually being strong in my case. And when I do it and I find out, hey, this person didn't view me as a little beta pussy male, then I learned that, shit, wow, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. And it gets easier every time you do it. You have so exposure therapy, it's the only therapy. There's nothing you can learn. There's nothing. So any pro tip I can tell you, this is the best tip I can tell you. You just have to stand above it, face that fear, face that feeling of wanting to puke. And you'll find out that it wasn't such a big deal. It was mostly in your head. And even if something goes a little wrong with whatever you're thinking about, not a big deal. And you'll get over it and you'll grow. But what about muscle loss? Okay, yeah, you with a construction job, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know what more to say. It's one of those things. Try it that I told you, and see for yourself. Do you lose muscle? It's not that it's going to disappear. Just if you train well and eat well, eat enough protein, eat high enough calories, and do this, you're not going to lose muscle. Absolutely not. Yeah, flex yourself there. Okay. Oh, hey, AC, what's up? It's fun. I'm on fire. I wish I had more viewers. I could talk to you all day or all night. It's 8:30 here in Sweden at night. I came home from Gotland just a couple of hours ago, I guess. Ready to go to the gym and start a new routine. Only issue I'm having is all my old clothes don't fit. Well, I have an idea for you. Why don't you buy new clothes? Wow, that would be something, right? Then you'd have clothes that fit. Wow, and problem solved. Go to the gym. Yeah, yes, Brett. Like none of these excuses. I'm not ready yet. My clothes don't fit. I can't train yet. Okay, gonna start a 7-day digital detox tomorrow. It's the best way, in my opinion, to break all addictions. Highly recommend it to everyone. Yes, fasting in general. It's not about food. It's food because it's something we will need in the end. We need technology now because like many things like jobs and stuff. How are you gonna do that without the technology or the digital stuff, as you say? But we technically don't need it to survive, right? But food we do need. So it's like that's like the most fundamental thing, I guess. Oxygen, we can't really fast from that longer than a minute or so, but fasting in general, you desynthesize yourself to all these stimuli, and yes, you remove addictions this way. Absolutely. How is my belief in God at the moment? Any thoughts to share? Well, I believe in God so much. It's so obvious. To think that I used to be an atheist, it's unfortunate. I made a great video. I don't want to toot my own horn, but it was great about my belief in God. And then it turned out the last third or so got corrupted. I would have posted it already. And, it's always because the way I make videos, it's not reading a script, it's so annoying to have to start over or even just add on to that. So I'm going to give you longer views on it, but it's, God is there. He is with us. I feel his love. He loves me so much right now. And I'm so grateful. He put me through a huge challenge this fall and winter. But I kept believing, even when a voice in my head told me, like, how can there be a God when you're feeling like this? Deep down, I've been through that before. I felt like shit and come out on the other side even stronger than before. And so I knew God gave me exactly what I needed to end up where I'm here right now. Better than ever. By the way, my jeans don't fit since I started training legs too. Oh, yeah. Awesome, man. Okay, so if you don't know, Christopher and me know each other, and I used to joke with him that he should train more legs. So that's awesome, bro. Can you please post pictures? Like, show me your legs, bro. Like, every day, every time he has done the workout, he's like, chest and shoulders today. Back today. Arms today. But you never see the leg picture. Okay. Well, let's go on about God. Like, what do you guys believe in God? To be honest, I've gotten a lot of questions recently about God, and everyone wants me to do like this, like not people that are like questioning me, like angry atheists, but people who like want to believe in God, and they're like, what makes you believe He exists? And it's just when you really follow your heart and do what you know is right, right? It's just undeniable. It will show itself. Like it's what I've come to the conclusion. I say I did this, I do this. This is what I think, but you know, that's just because I'm me. I have no choice. Should I talk about other people? But I'm just really, I love being me, but I'm just one little cog in a machine, right? It's really the machine I love. And so when you realize this, it's not all about you. It just so happens that this is the only human that you're directly in control with. But if I do well, yes, that's the thing too. You have to put yourself first, build up yourself, because unless you love yourself and get all this from within, you have nothing to give other people. And so when you give that to yourself, that's when you can give it to other people. And I know this probably, especially if you find yourself in a situation right now when you don't believe in God, it's kind of it's kind of vague, abstract for you, but it's hard to talk about because I can't just show you, like, here, God is over there, there's where he is. But when you live this way, just living for love, doing the right thing, what you do know is right, it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna be so apparent. Okay. Well, I do have some clothes that still do, but they're old, and I just need some more. It's so silly. Just gotta, less worry regarding laundry, what to wear before. Get clothes, bro. God wants us to honor him and do what's right, but not obsess and be a Bible thumper. Right, you must be from Jordan Peterson too, right, Elia? I totally agree. I've never read the Bible. I'm sure there's great. This is like exactly how you can hear what I say. Be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's smart. That's cool. But it's not about me or that I say it. Oh, Theo said it, so it must be true. No, some things are just true. There is something that's true, and I'm sure there's a lot of truth in the Bible that I've never read. But it's not that God exists because of this book, right? It's like an interpretation. It's like a guide for you to maybe help you find God. But God is in here, Yeah. I'm struggling to reconcile the immense suffering in the world and the idea that God loves us and has a plan for us all. Feels like it makes more sense that God is leaving us all to our own devices. No, look, bro, like if there was no suffering and evil, then there would be no pleasure and joy and happiness either. The one can't exist without the other. Think of it this way. Would you play a video game where there's no enemies, there's no quest, you just go around and be like, So do you see what I'm saying? It's not that it's good. I'm not saying, oh, I love evil. It's so nice with evil, but there would be no point to it all if there was no evil. That's like this. You've been given this beautiful opportunity to fight that evil, the suffering that you see that makes you feel like, oh shit, this is not fair, this is not right. Well, you've actually been given the power to do something about it. You don't. You're not doomed to just sit and be like, oh, everything is dreadful. Like, why is it like this? Oh, I don't understand. Well, it is like this. There would be no good without evil. And it's up to you to spread the good, to fight that evil, right? Snake Theo, Sunday Night Live. So don't ever call me Snake Theo again. I'm just kidding. I love Cole and the Snake Diet, and yes, I have inspiration for that. But come on, look at this. I'm actually my own person. It's not all about that. But if I'm gonna do these lives more, I need a better setup. You should see. This is fucking ridiculous. My microphone here is standing on. A pot that you cook in. The computer is standing on a little coffee machine, and it's just ridiculous. I believe in God, like a universal force or something. Hard to explain, but I believe in universe and purpose to find your task in life. Yes, absolutely. But don't put quotations around God. It's like, I know some people get like, because there's too intellectual. Like, what do you mean God? Like he's a guy? Well, where's the proof that this guy exists? Like, but there is something, right? There is something. It doesn't really matter what we call it, but I will call it God because, it's God, higher power and stuff. Yeah, sure, but it's like, come on, be brave. Call it God. Call it what it is. You don't have to, but you see what I'm saying? Don't talk around it. There is something fundamental, something like the one, the biggest, the top of everything. Yes, Jesse Peterson for the win. Awesome. Fist bump. I haven't been watching Jesse as much lately. I love Jesse, but you just don't have time to watch everything. And to be honest, I've learned most things I can learn from Jesse already. Like what Jesse taught me the most. Jesse is the best proof that being wise and about the truth has nothing to do with being intellectual, because Jesse is not that smart. He's not that high IQ, and that's not me insulting him at all. It's like that's the cool thing with Jesse. He just sits and says this so like logical and smart things, but at the same time he's this like old forgetful guy. Yeah, but so what he taught me mostly about is generational trauma, how we become like our parents when they treat us wrong. We get traumatized and become like them. And sometimes, for some reason, some of us manage to break out of it. That's a big one for me still, by the way. I haven't fully figured out why do certain people break out of that and why do some not. But about the ego too, how all your thoughts and stuff in here, how it's not actually you. It's not your voice. It's like a conditioning. It's outside voices that you hear in your head that you think is your voice, but it's really not, you know? Religion isn't about believing in angels and demons flying around, but a guideline to live a healthy life and build a strong community. Sure. I mean, yeah, religion, you know, I'm not so much about religion, not even Christianity, to be honest. I call myself a Christian because it saves time, and I find myself having a lot in common with like true Christians like Jesse, but I'm all about God. I'm about love, God, and the truth and what's right. And that's all that matters to me. You're a good dude. My input on God is that you're given everything you need in order to live the way you want, and it's mostly a matter of perspective. Absolutely. And the experience with psychedelics, not really that much. You know, those things are illegal in Sweden, so I, of course, have never touched those things. But like theoretically, in a parallel universe, there is a version of me that has smoked a lot of weed, you know, and maybe did some kind of synthetic version of mushrooms at some point, like in a parallel universe, that is. And so, yeah, don't ask me how I know. But yeah, I don't believe in God, but I respect people who do. Okay. So you're the non-cringy atheist. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate for you. You know, I don't care for myself. That's the thing. When you have true beliefs, when you actually believe in God, you can't be offended about it. Like most people don't believe in God. Like especially here in Sweden, such an atheistic country, and like. But I am the one. Can you tell me, what do you believe in? What do you do here? You don't believe in God. What's the purpose of your life? You know, is this all random? Is this just a coincidence? What's your purpose in life? What do you want to do with your life? There is some old philosopher who said something along the lines of your physical life should be taken to its limits so you can see the beauty that God has given you. Yeah, like yes, when you're not distorted by, you know, when this machine is running the way it should, it's much easier to see clearly, right? To see the truth clearly. You're not distracted by, you know, anxiety, gut issues, inflammation issues, all these things. So yeah, absolutely. Like the God thing really doesn't have much to do with physical health, really. But when you put yourself in a position of good physical health, it's so much easier to see clearly and find yourself to God, find your way to God. What's your source guidance for your faith? Do you go to church? No, God. You know, I went through this. I was the edgy, cringy, super smart, big-brained atheist. You know. Oh, by the way, that was my video that I was going to put out that got corrupted. Was called "Atheists' Brains Are Too Big," but for me, it was that what I went through, going from like, no, the world is just horrible. I've been, since I was like 12, I've been thinking that I wished I wasn't born. This is a curse. Why does the world even exist? There's so much suffering. If nothing existed, there would be no suffering and no one to know that there could be good things. So that would be better. That was my worldview since I was like 12. But then I ended up in a situation where I thought I didn't care if I lived or died, you know, and then I was put in a situation where I thought I would end up killing myself. I couldn't see no way out, no hope, no hope. And then I actually fought this. I went and faced those panic attacks, feeling like I'm dying. It doesn't feel like it's getting any better. No, I'm just having to experience these horrible things, and nothing happens. And then finally, something happened, and then more happened. And all of a sudden, I was in the spot that I've always wanted to be in life. And I know this, I'm not special. This is not about me. It's not that I did something great. I did not do this on my own. It was a miracle. Do you understand? That's my source of belief in God. And then people like Jordan Peterson, for instance, has had a huge influence on me. But it's nothing someone else has said or anything. That's the thing. Those things can theoretically guide you to that, but it comes from within. God is here. He's not in a book. He's not in the words someone other's person says. He is real. He's inside here. Purpose is doing what makes you happy in the long term, striving for goals, achieving things. And what is that? What is that? I'm the one non-cringy atheist. As a Swede, how have the descendants of the Vikings become so woke and weak? Yeah, good question. I think the easy answer is I think the cycle, you've probably seen the meme, right? Hard times create good men create good times create, or maybe strong men, is it? Good times create weak men create bad times create strong men. I think it's this cycle. And yeah, why we're so especially politically correct and feminized, I don't know. But yeah, that's the way it is, for sure. Welcome to Alpha Town, Population District. I love you, Joe. I love your comments. You seem pretty alpha, I must say, bro. You tell people about JLP, or most people are not ready for that level of truth? No. I mean, I tell people that I think are open-minded to it, but it's not that I do you see, I don't go around to people have you heard about this guy, Jesse Lee? I tell my things. People get upset at me in my life the whole time, all the time, because, truth is too much to handle. I know that I'm telling, I love people so much that I don't care that they hate me for what I say, because I want the best for them. I won't tell them lies. I want the best for them. So, see, it's the same thing. It's no point in telling them about Jesse Lee. It's not that someone that completely disagrees with me will go watch it. If they like me as a person and don't know about my edgy beliefs here, it's much more likely that I personally can affect them. So I would only recommend Jesse Lee Peterson, like I did it today to my coach, actually. My coach, at Free the Frame on Instagram, awesome guy. If you like me, follow him. He does training content, but he talks about things like this too. And I actually recommended Jesse Lee to him today because I know he's open-minded, right? Yes, he is within. Strong man create. Yes, there you go. Goals as in physical fitness, relationships, responsibility, etc. Yeah, I guess. But I think okay, give it time, and maybe you'll find God. Because if God doesn't exist and we're just here by coincidence, why do those things matter? You just made them up. Then you've decided that they matter. You're not God, right? Advice on how to tackle a binging purging cycle. I'm 15 pounds overweight and I know I can lose it quickly. Every time I lose it and gain it back through binging, then I purge and restrict again. Yeah, very common cycle. To be honest, probably, why do you think you do this? What are you unhappy with in life? What makes you binge? Because it's not that you are all happy with everything and content in your life. Sorry. It's not, I ate steak and some prawns, or crayfish, they're called, right before this. It's not that you just live your life perfectly and the only issue you have is that you end up binging, right? You're unhappy about something. It's a coping mechanism for something. So you need to think about that. But the binging purging, do you say you don't really say if you fast, but my best advice for getting rid of food addiction is being you have to be super strict with the fasting. Do 48 to 72 hour fasts and eat clean food only. even if you eat a lot of food, then it's hard to overeat so that you like gain a lot of weight back. Like eating meat and potatoes and some fruits, like lean meat, potatoes and some fruits, how will you get super fat from that? That's hard. And eventually, what's the video called? I have a good video about how this actually works. When I was on the podcast with this my friend Sim, but you with the fasting and refeeding on clean foods, you'll reduce your cravings for all that junk. You resynthesize your taste buds both here and in the gut, and resynthesize like your reward response to this. Also, of course, because of the fasting, you'll get rid of the addiction to eat often and stuff. So that would be like the technical part, but also you have to figure out, what is my issue really? What am I using this binging as a coping mechanism for, right? Theo, do you do silent prayer / meditation? Yeah, sometimes. I think Jesse, I love Jesse, and he's on point on many things. And the silent prayer is great, and I do it sometimes. But it's all about being still and knowing the truth, right? You don't necessarily have to just go down and sit like this. I do things like, for instance, when I go to work, I choose to walk there without no music or no podcast or anything, because I just want to spend some time with the little guy in here, so yes, I think the meditation, silent prayer, I do it that way too. Just sit down, be like still and knowing, watching my thoughts, distancing myself from them, not living in them. But I think it's something you can do, like I do that in the cold shower too. I do that in the sauna. I do it sometimes when I work out. I do it when I go on a walk without something like that. So do you see what I'm saying? The silent prayer is great, but it's not the only form of like observing your ego and your thoughts, learning to, distinguish what's actually you and your ego voice talking in there. The truth is seen as hurtful, but honesty, even if harsh at times, is the highest form of love. Bro, right on. Absolutely. Society has wired men to avoid conflict when we were designed to seek it out to make things better before. Yeah, it's so, many people, like, this is the awesome thing, like with a guy like me and my coach, like we talk and we are on the same level. We agree on most things, but I won't go into what, because it's personal, but I kind of questioned him about some things and told him some harsh truths about some things. And he needed, like, I'll get back to you, I'll respond to this. I know it hurt his ego, and he knows it too. But he comes back like, yeah, like, thank you for telling me those things. You're right. You're on point. Like, you see, this is how you actually learn, not by like, oh, no. I don't want to hear anything that can challenge my worldview or my beliefs. No. You're hating me. You're hateful. You're being hateful right now, telling me these things. No, I tell you because I love you. I want the best for you, So yes, absolutely. But most people, they've been taught that it's so important. Don't hurt someone's feelings. Like, maybe if your feelings get hurt, my feelings basically can't get hurt. Do you understand? You can tell me whatever. And it's like, okay, you can believe that if you want, I think people just have a way of wanting to be liked by the most people, so they don't go against the current. They go along with the popular. Yes, of course. And it's this. We used to live in smaller tribes, maybe 200 people, and now we're like millions in cities. And not only that, we have this global thing with the internet, and we're told. It's very clear to people from the media and stuff that this is what you're allowed to think. You're evil if you think this, So everyone goes around like, oh, I hope someone doesn't think I believe this. They're going to think I'm a bigot. They're going to think I'm a racist. They're going to think I hate women. They're going to, whatever it might be, So absolutely. Do you see yourself staying in Sweden, or do you see yourself traveling or moving elsewhere? Well, it's a good question. I've talked about it on the channel before. I know I don't want to live in Stockholm, at least. It's a shithole, as all big cities are. Like, there are good parts of it. I know good people here too and stuff. So Sweden, we'll see, but I won't live in a big city, most likely. That's the thing. Because I don't know, as of right now, I don't really know where I'd want to move. That might explain the Viking issue. Sure. Yeah, I know what you said before there. They matter to me. Yeah, okay, I'm the one. So you're God. You're God. A society without strong men cannot survive. 100%. Men also used to be 90% of teachers and mentors, the mentor-apprentice relationship. I love women, but they are more concerned with what is fair. Yeah, okay, that depends on how you mean that. But and they are the majority of teachers today. Yes, they are. Like, there's a reason, Fight Club. When I saw it, when I was like, I didn't see it when it came out. I saw it for the first time like early teens, maybe when I was 13, and I didn't know why, but it just spoke to me so much. This movie, and I know why now. They talk about, we're a society of men raised by women, right? Yeah, very feminized society. And femininity is great and it's needed, but men are not supposed to be feminine, and that's a root of many problems today, for sure. Make men teach again. Yeah. Do you ever have to deal with feeling lonely? No, I don't, because God is always with me. And when you're with this, when you have a lot of love inside you, you get it from within. I'm not lonely. Like, I like spending time with people. I like being by myself, because I'm never alone. And the only time I feel lonely, there's, in closer relationships like family, romantic relationships, maybe with friends. Those are the times that maybe me too. I can feel if something goes wrong there. If there's some kind of drama, I can feel like, like, can I reach out to this person? I don't know. And dealing with it is just knowing that this is the part of my ego. We never get 100% perfect or fully healed, right? So just trying to focus on that, like knowing that this is Satan whispering in my ear now. It's not really the truth. This, you never feel like this with other people. You have people you've known for years that turn your back on you and you don't care. So that you care right now, it's just that it's something closer to you that makes the wound open up easier. So just awareness of this. It's ego work again. The silent prayer we talked about, the meditation, things like that. But in general, I don't feel lonely much. No, because I'm never alone. God is with me. Got my back all the time. Eating sirloin steak while watching. I think I know who you are. You're that guy. Are you the same MK Ultra guy? Like, yeah, I think that's you, right? Why do I know that? But I just feel a connection there. Something like that is usually a result of a need not being fulfilled. For me, it's socializing and staying away from trigger foods. Literally, lol. I guess you're responding to something else before. Maybe this isn't. It's a little bit of lag. What is your plan when vaccine passports become mandatory? You're assuming that this is a thing, like, we'll see. This is the thing, you have sometimes you have to respect is the wrong word, but go along with something. Like, you fight things as much as you can, right? So maybe if that happens for a bit, maybe I won't be able to travel for a bit. But I think all you guys that get so afraid of this, you're giving the evil guys too much credit. They can't. The reason why evil never wins is because they are going against the truth and what's right and real all the time. They're trying to force the world to be a way that it isn't. So it will never work out. So I'm just going to be still and know that it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. Don't worry about it. I read a few notes before I refeed, most about how I got to be fat and just force the issue. The only way to change it is to say no to the old ways. Yes. Yeah. Like, because I'm very much recently, the attract, don't chase thing. I don't like using the word force, but I'm not going to be autistic and literal about it. Like, yes, when you're changing, it's always the first step. Even starting going to the gym and stuff, that's always the first. That's when you're going to have to just do it, even though it doesn't feel great, the result doesn't come immediately, and you can't really see why you're doing this. Like, I'm exposing myself to this, and it's tough. I feel like shit. This is what you just have to push through before the results. Yeah, so yeah, you force it in that way. Not taking that vaccine. You shouldn't. Like, and to be honest, someone asked me what my thoughts about is today on Instagram. And I'm not convinced. I don't know what it's going to do to people, like physically. And I think all people who claim they know, most people are full of shit. We don't know. You're not an expert on this, like, there's propaganda. There's just people try to scare you into something on both sides, right? But what I do know is that a healthy individual that manages training, nutrition, sleep, sun exposure well absolutely don't need this. Like, health is not in a needle, it's in how you live your life in general. And it's very suspicious that they're pushing this so hard. But let's just say, no matter the effect on you, it's something they use to control us, right? We talked about the passports and stuff. Under the disguise of, we just want to help you, this is for the greater good, because the world is malicious. Like, evil people, they won't tell you outright what their agenda is, because then people would never go along with it. Then they disguise it as something else, and make up these stories so you think, oh, those are the bad guys, don't want to do it, and stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion. I'm not sure what the effect of it actually would be on a person. I think people can do fine with taking it, probably some people, but it's going to be used still as this control. You can't do this if you haven't done this. Do you lose strength when you lose body fat? Every time. It depends on the exercise. Like my squat, I notice immediately, even if it's just fat I lose, really, I get much weaker. I noticed when I was like fatter than I've been in a while this fall. My squat has never been that good. I'm still not. It's right now it's the best it has been at this body composition, but there's just something about being a little bigger for some exercises, right? Hey, Duality Gym guy, you're Adam, right? Nice to see you. Thanks, man. And you're welcome for all the advice. Thank you for saying thank you. Yeah, you go, Joe. I probably maybe so we have 13 people watching. I'm happy. Please like if you haven't liked it already. Hit the good old like button. We'll maybe go for an hour, so maybe 15 minutes more. So we see. But yeah, good to see you, Joe. Stay alpha, bro. I don't have to be God. Okay, man. Whatever. What water do you drink right now? What do you mean? Like in Sweden, the tap water is very good. And I guess there's some theories that you shouldn't drink that. I'm not too worried about it. Like, it tastes very good. There's no chloride that I don't know where you're from, but in the States and stuff, you don't really drink the tap water. It doesn't taste good. More shit in it. So I just drink tap water, really. Rarely, if it's not with a meal, I always take some salt with it. Hi, what would you suggest to someone like me that has fat that isn't well distributed? I mean, I have more fat on the chest than on the handle, so what could help me? Maybe a full body compression. What's that? Someone just pushing you? Like, it's, we just happen to store fat like a little bit differently. I know this is not something I know in detail. You can't really spot reduce fat, like how many people think, oh, I do crunches, so I burn fat on the abs. Doesn't work that way. But hormonal things can affect that, though. But like in general, if you just keep cutting, eventually even that stubborn fat will go away after a while. Like me, I have this area in particular, like lower abdomen. It's very, very stubborn. But when I get super lean, even there, start disappearing. So it's just it's affected by hormones to a certain extent, but a lot is just genetic where you store the fat, and so it will just be the last fat to go when you cut. I don't have gyno, but for some reason carry more fat in my left chest. What? Really? Are you sure about that? That it's more fat and that your like left pec muscle isn't just bigger and it looks like bigger? Any solutions? Wow. No, that I've never really heard about that. Maybe if you cut down to really low at some point, maybe when you regain it, it will be distributed differently. I'm not sure, but I've never really heard about that, and I'm not sure that it's actually fat. Maybe are you left-handed, or is there any reason you could be stronger on the left side? That could be it too. A lot of posts I'm seeing on social media are people taking pictures of themselves in the hospital saying I should have gotten the jab. Same story over and over pushing. Have the dumb little things in their nose. Funny, the most important thing is taking a pictures of themselves. Yeah, yeah, but it's not only them, you know. I saw today on Instagram, I think it was Metabolic Mike, you know, high intensity health, that guy, that he posted this. It's some really fat person that's in the hospital and wants to tell everyone to take that vaccine. Do take that vaccine. And they don't say anything about how obviously unhealthy this person is in general. Is like, yeah, it's a joke that it isn't promoted more. We just get fucking healthy, bro. Just exercise. Just don't be fat. Keep your insulin sensitivity on point. Don't get diabetes. You know, you'll be fine. I haven't been sick in now it's 1 year and 7 months more. And I used to be sick all the time back then. I was one of the people that was sick more often than most people. So it's so obvious that it's connected to this, you know, ridiculous. Get lean enough, doesn't matter where you lose fat, where you store fat. I was obese, I would be taking the vaccine, but I'm not. So why would I take it? Yeah, but yeah, why would you take it if you're obese? It's more like you should be losing weight then, right? Also, I also don't have giant gyno, but for some reason, just my nipples are big. The rest of my chest is pretty normal. What should I do? You should probably learn to accept yourself, bro. Like we all have our little things. I talked to this about with my cousin actually. Like for instance, both she and I have this genetic this predisposition. Is that how you say what we have? You know, genes for getting acne. And you can't see right now because this camera is, but I actually had a little one here and stuff. And you know, I can wish that I didn't get that at all. And I can see someone else like this person eats crap all the time. They don't get acne. Why am I so unfortunate? You know, but this person maybe goes around seeing me having. Oh, I wish I had. Like for instance, I have great hair. My when I go to get a haircut, they always say like, your hair is amazing. You're lucky. You're gonna keep this for a long time. Maybe this other person that doesn't get acne is like, fuck, I want that hair. You know, so you know, learn to accept yourself. It's not a huge deal. Like if someone wouldn't want you or whatever for your nipples, then they're if you're a good, right, you know, strong, moral, good person, like that's bullshit. That's their problem. They're messed up. This person is messed up, not you, right? Opinion on Fun Light, okay to drink. You know, it's with all these things. Like, would it Fun Light? By the way, it's in Sweden. It's kind of a uh, not soda because it's not sparkling, but you know something. It's concentrated, and you mix it with water, and it's a drink. And so basically, like a diet soda, right? But so these things, like yeah, maybe there are some artificial ingredients that might have a bad effect on you, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm not a Puritan. So yeah, if you drink liters of this every day, it's probably not a good idea. But if you choose this as like a treat instead of sugary soda, it's going to be better every single time. So that's my opinion. Like, yes, theoretically, better if you never do it, but it's such a I think I drink diet soda. I do it quite often, to be honest, just not in huge quantities. I had my workout. It's hot outside. I buy a diet vanilla Coke or something, a can. Uh, Not a huge deal, in my humble opinion. Suffered with acne as well during my college years. Yeah, yeah, and this is what I've learned now. I was on a Swedish podcast that I wish I don't have time to sit and make like English subtitles, but we talked about this. And when I was a kid, I had kind of much more acne. Of course, that's a part of it's like hormones in the teens, but I also neglected sleep so much. I ate junk quite often. I drank, um, and of course it got worse. But I didn't know. No one taught me this, so I thought I'm just born this way. I just have this thing. It was not a huge issue for me, to be honest. It was my worst insecurity, but of course I didn't want it. And so it was more like, it's unfortunate that this happened. What pill can I take to fix this? And now I know I still get it, but I'd probably, if I started going to my own lifestyle, it's going to pop up here and here and here and here too. Not just one little one there. Envious. Yeah, I like you, Seppo. You're giving Francisco tips in the chat. That's awesome. I have a video coming up where I want you to do these things. Just help people. Just give people advice. This is the meaning of life. If everyone went into everything going like this, like, hey, what can I do for this person? How can I help this person? Not like, what can I get out of it? How can I get something out of it? I don't want to do something for someone if they don't do something for me. Just give. Just give. Not everyone will come around and give you back, but many people will. This is how you get things for free, right? You just give. Yeah, like you could meet any person, think, what can I do for you? And if this person thought the same, everyone will be in space, will be colonizing space. So yeah, good, Seppo. Envious of your hair. I have to have a hair transplant, but it looks a little thin. Yeah. And those are the typical things. If that makes you happy and you can do it in a way that isn't too toxic for you, because I know a bit about it. I watch More Plates, More Dates, mostly for entertainment, sometimes, to be honest, when he talks about things like this. If it makes you happy, then do that. Hi, Theo. Love your channel. Was there anything you eat? I have to remove the mouse or do to help with brain health. Thanks. To be honest, I know quite a bit of these things, but the help with brain health, it's like, I guess I know blueberries is a good brain food, but yeah, my knowledge on this is not good. I can't just list foods for you that will improve your brain health. It's mostly many of these things. It's more about staying away from the junk that gets you inflamed, right? Removing inflammation, like inflammation, get inflammation in the brain too, right? And that's brain fog and stuff. So of course, I don't know if I put it in the description here. I actually have a little affiliate link for like a nootropic. It's not really about brain health, but it's a thing you can take that will enhance your cognition a little bit, just make it a little bit easier to focus on what's right in front of you. But it's mostly about keep the sleep on point, train, eat clean foods that don't get you inflamed, and then maybe you can start thinking about, is there anything that could actually give me that little extra edge? But removing the junk that makes you like all brain foggy, that's going to be the big thing. So that would be my advice to you. What would you recommend for pelvic floor muscle dysfunction going carnivore? Oof, that I don't really know about. Pelvic floor muscle dysfunction. Like it looks like you're a guy, right? Do you mean like that PC muscle, that one you can move your dick with? I guess you can train it. I used to do that when I cared about stuff like that, because there's a technique. Let's not go into it. But yeah, I've trained the PC muscle. It's just by contracting it, if you pee and stop peeing, that's kind of how you find that muscle. So if I got your question right, like maybe try that, do Kegels, I think they're called. No Diet Vanilla Coke in Norway. Yeah, that's a shame. The Diet Coke assortment or whatever, I can't believe that it's not bigger. There's not many good options, because it's such generally diet soda is one of the best like imitations of the real thing, right? So I don't understand why it's not a bigger thing. Like put some effort in and promote it, like not as a health food, I guess, but people like me, I buy it every here and there. I would be very happy if it just popped up many good alternatives, and the Diet Vanilla Coke is good. My opinion on the diet sodas is like the more crazy the flavor is, the more like the artificial part of it is like covered from it. So that's why that's a good one. For instance, I don't really like regular Diet Coke because it's too far from the real thing, right? Do you think there are times where it's beneficial to eat a lot of fat for a period to possibly reset the body? Like for what purpose? Or like eating a lot of fat, healthy fats. I don't have a low or high fat diet, but I eat a decent amount of saturated fats through animal products, right? I think fat is good in general. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what you're getting at. When you first began fasting, what duration did you start with? 5 days was my first one. Let me tell the story real quick. I was into this fitness thing, but I ate more like the typical fitness person, 6 meals a day, and then I just so happened to be in the company with a Canadian guy that said, yeah, I heard him say that he was fasting. And so I was curious, like, why do you do that? And he's like, well, I think there are many health benefits for it, but also growing up as a kid, we were poor, and it was like a strategy to get by, and that gave me perspective, because I had lots of issues with my autistic brother and not a great relationship with my parents and all stuff like that. But food on the table was never an issue, right? So I decided I had to do it. And I doing some research, like 5 days will be a challenge, but I won't die. I won't even be close to dying, But and so I did that. And during, like on the first day of that fast, was when I found the snake diet, learned a lot from Cole. And after this, it was great. I felt great perspective from it. I felt very grateful coming out of it. And it was just obvious to me that this is something I have to experiment more with. My hairline is receding. It used to affect me, and then I let it go and shave my head. Yeah, that too. Yes, like if you can, that's the best thing always. If you can just let it go and not worry about it, that's the best thing. But like, like, yeah, it's not a huge. If you want to do something about it that you can do, that it's not really won't have a bad effect on you or whatever. Like, if you want to do it, why not? But yeah, it's very good to be able to let go and not care about these things too, of course. Diet Vanilla Coke and Diet Dr. Pepper are the best, both not available in Norway. I'm sorry for you. Maybe you should start praying to God. Ask God, please bring the Diet Vanilla Coke and Dr. Pepper to Norway. Okay, that's not to me. Brett, I tried all that, bro. Okay, that was not to me. Pelvic floor muscle dysfunction or bladder pain syndrome. I have the urge to urinate like 80 to 100 times in a 24-hour period, like every 5 minutes. Ooh, like, have you been to a doctor? Like, yes, I of course like the holistic way a lot and finding your own way. But a good doctor could probably at least tell you like what's up with that, because I've never heard. But it urge to urinate. Do you know that it's about like the muscle dysfunction? It's not something else. Like, yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure about this. Maybe try training that muscle. Like I said, maybe that will help. It's kind of like, I think that can help women to have like, had children, and then they get like, how do you say it in English? Urine that leaks out. They can train that. It's the same muscle, I think. To get better control over that. If you train too much and have lack of rest, what's the first thing you notice? Mostly just that the body hurts a lot more. Like right now, I train very hard. I'm in a building phase, but I'm very in a good place in life, so I'm not stressed. I manage to sleep pretty well. It's always, you can tell I'm a very wired up person sometimes. So sometimes I have a little bit trouble going to sleep, but it's never like horrible. Like I rarely less than 6 hours I get. So now when everything is on point and I train hard, the muscles get a little bit sore, but like in that nice way. It's like, yeah, I did something. It's time to grow. When like this fall and winter, I was very stressed and did not recover as much, and my body just hurt more. Everything was like hurting more, and you can even get almost a little more anxiety, and I was depressed, melancholic feeling too. That's what I notice when my recovery or lack of rest, I guess you asked, and not well, I hope that answered your question. What kind of music and books do you like? Well, I sing in a choir, and so I like, I'm a little weird with music. That I am very musical. I'm good at singing, like very good. Not the singing technique actually, but very musical. Music. I have almost perfect pitch. If I just have to think a little bit. But for me, I like just performing music, and kind of any music really. Like I could like a metal song. I could like a little children's song. Yeah, So to be honest, I don't really have a particular kind of music. But okay, I do love video game music. I do love it because it reminds me of being a kid. I found this. It's like Pokemon, a cover of Pokemon music, and like I hear it, it's like the just regular battle theme from Pokemon Red Blue mixed with a gym battle trainer. It's so epic. It makes me think about being a kid. You see, I get happy. It reminds me of just being a kid and everything being so cool. Nothing is this cool anymore, as when you were a kid. So I guess I like many things that I just liked as a kid. I mostly like things that excite me. But I guess sad songs can be nice too. But I can't really pick a genre. No. Books. I don't really like books. A controversial opinion, right? But there are so many better ways of consuming information now. I'm not against books. If you like reading books, that's fine. But it's not really my thing. Like just sitting like this. Like I guess I could do it like almost like a discipline or brain training practice. But I would prefer just having an audiobook, go out in the forest or a walk and listen to the book. But I don't really do that either, to be honest. So if I like the book, it would be a book that I can learn something from. I'm not that much into fiction anymore because it's not real. Again, not entirely. I play some video games. Sometimes I could watch some TV series and stuff that's fiction. But yeah, when it comes to books, it would like the last book I read was an ebook, The Vertical Diet. You see. I'm 18 and 30 kilos overweight. What should I do? I hate my body. Well, stop with that. First of all, that's easier said than done, right? I feel you. But what have you tried to do? Like you can do so many different things. Like I told if you've been through on the whole stream, I told people that on Gotland, like I talked about training and lifestyle a lot with people, and like the big three is like remove processed junk food as much as possible, walk and stand more, everyday activity. People think they have to run on the treadmill, and you're like, yeah, you can do that, but it's like an extra thing. You have to go to the gym and do that. The more movement, the more activity you can get in. People don't understand. Do you see that I'm standing up on this stream? It's not because I want to burn fat necessarily. It's just for energy and posture and stuff too. But the more you're just active, you just burn more. Like for me, if I live my lifestyle right now and tried to get fat, like, yeah, maybe with junk food I could pull it off, but it would be hard for me to get fat. Do you understand? So just remove the junk as much as you can, move more, just walk and stand more as much as possible, and build muscle. This is the thing that most people don't get. But of course, even if cardio burns more right in the moment when you do it, you still burn something when you do strength training, weight training, but also muscle mass demands more energy from you. You get a higher basal metabolic rate. You'll burn more calories even as you sleep, So this is the general big holy three. But then, of course, fasting. 48 to 72 hour fast with refeeds on clean foods. That would be the fastest way to do it. But these three I mentioned is the biggest just lifestyle changes that you can do. Okej, Kristoffer. Ha det bra, man. Kul att du tittade in. Jag gillar det. Bra att jag sa till dig. Just telling Kristoffer good night. Okay. Well, maybe if you don't have anything, last questions, I realize I get too carried away. We've gone over an hour now. But yeah, happy. It was a fun stream. Thank you for all the questions, Very happy. Good questions. I like that we got to talk about God. We have talked about some fitness stuff, fasting stuff. What is love? Love is the truth and what's right. It's the most. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the what's the word? It's hard to put into words, right? It's like something is built out of something that's built out of something that's built out of something. Love is the force that unites everything. It's like the most fundamental thing there is. Love is true. Love is not an emotion like, oh, I'm so in love. Oh, I feel all these emotions, all this affection for this person. That's like emotion, you know. Love is just what's true, and what's right. God is love. These things are really synonymous. Hey, son, SV. Well, I could go on for a bit, but I guess maybe we should end it. Like, what's the time? Yeah, I'll go to bed in an hour or so. No, but happy with the stream. Fun. I need to do this more, I think. But as I said, you should see this setup. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I need like a more better standard setup. But thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for the questions. Very much appreciate it. I'll go on a rant about help me get more subscribers. Help me get more subscribers. Help me get more subscribers. You know, what are you doing? Like, I'm doing this for you. Like, I'm doing it for me too. But you know, the the smaller your ego becomes, the less the difference is between doing something for me and something for you. You know, please help me. This is what I talked about. We just help people, in this case me. Do something nice for me and I will do something nice for you. I'll be able to do this more for you. You know, I love it. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. I'm happy that you even tune in and watch and ask questions. It's amazing. You know, I'm humbled that I'm a person that people want to ask. Oh, you can't send money? What? Like, what? Why? That's something wrong with that. I thought I could get the super chats. Well, no. I won't quit making videos. I will never quit. I'm saying I'm asking for your help to grow the channel so I can do this more. I get confused because there's some videos I have queued up that I haven't put out yet. But you know, this I promised in a video that probably isn't out yet, that I will keep doing this. I will always keep doing this. I'm not doing this to make money or to get famous or anything. I do it because it's the right thing to do, and I love doing it, and I know I have something good to give you, so I will always do it. I'm just saying, the bigger it gets, the more easy I can make this into, you know, my occupation. To get by doing this, the more I can do it. That's what I'm saying. That's unfortunate you don't have the super chat option, but I do have a PayPal. You know, should I put that in the link? I guess. What do we have here? I think yes. Okay. If you want to send me something, we have paypal.com/paypalme/uncommonsensetheo. paypal.com/paypalme/uncommonsensetheo. And I very much appreciate it that you even try. I thought I could get super chats. Like, the channel is monetized. I can have ads and stuff. But yeah, paypal.com/paypalme/uncommonsensetheo if you want to give me a little donation to support the channel and yeah, me just continuing doing this. Very much appreciate it. Now I said it a bunch of times, but yeah, let's end the stream here, guys. Thank you for this time. Let me know in the comments when they are available. Just say if you want more of these suggestions, if there's any topics or whatever, you know, help me. You know, I can't guess everything you want. You have to help me with this. It's a mutual thing, this. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Peace.